We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic and to serve all of its citizens, justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. This is the beautiful preamble of our constitution. Dignitaries present on the dais, Justice Dinesh Kumarji, who is the senior most judge of the Karnataka High Court. We are all so fortunate that he has come to give blessings to all of you. In his experience, he has seen so many cases and so many interpretations in the law, which he has done according to the constitution, and he will also throw some light about it. I am very thankful to you, sir, for honoring this occasion, and at a very short notice, His Lordship accepted to come and bless all of you and us. And also I am thankful to my good friend Shri Jaykar Shetty ji, Dr. Jaykar Shetty, who is the Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University. The Bangalore University is doing commendable progress under his dynamic leadership. I am thankful to him for coming on this occasion. I am also thankful to the Secretary of your institution, Prasanna Rajuji, who has got a very good vision of how to take the students on their wings, because the name of the trust itself signifies that. And also to the principal Srimati Devika Shetty, who is sitting here, and also to my good friend Subbu Subramaniam, who has brought me here. He is the person who introduced me to this institution. It is very happy that I have come in front of all of you. We should be very grateful and happy that our founding fathers of the constitution ensured they give such a beautiful constitution to us. This constitution is one among the longest in the world. It is the biggest constitution. We should be grateful to Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar ji. He is the father of this constitution, because I really feel, since he came from a humble background, he came from a Dalit community, and he knew the problems faced in the Indian society. And more than that, that particular sect of the community was not allowed for education also. He took a formal education. With great difficulty, he did his higher education. He knew each and every problem this society faced. He also toured other countries. He went to United Kingdom. He went to other different parts of the world. So where he thought, what best I can get for my country, what best I can give for my people. That was his initiative. And supportive to him was the Constituent Assembly at that point of time. And other people who were there in the drafting committee of the Constitution wholeheartedly supported him in this endeavor. See, we should be so grateful about our Constitution. The words in the preamble itself shows how our Constitution will be there. See, we are sovereign. We are not answerable to anybody. So we are not answerable to any foreign power or anything. We are sovereign. And we are socialist. So that means everybody is equal in the front of law. We are secular. The state doesn't have any religion. There is no religion attributed in the Constitution. We are all above religion. Constitution is above us. Anybody can follow any religion, but it is Constitution to whom allegiance is given. And we are also democratic. See, it is a government elected by the people. The people have got all rights to elect the government. It is the government of the people, by the people and for the people. So it is a beautiful concept. Earlier it was not there. When kingdoms were there, kings were ruling us. There used to be a separate sect of ministers there. There was no democracy. So the concept of democracy is embedded in our constitution, and it's a great success. Indian democracy is one of the most successful democracies in the world. If you see our neighboring country Pakistan, the way even when we were forming our constitution, even Pakistan was forming their constitution, even Israel was forming their constitution. But some constitutions have failed. Miserably they have failed. Whereas ours is taking forward and forward. Our country is growing at a great pace thanks to the constitution provided by our forefathers. And also it is promoting justice, social, economic and political. See, earlier what we used to do, even very recently, I'll give you one small example. I went to a temple in Gujarat recently. I had been to Dwarka temple. So once I go to the Dwarka temple, there is one photo of Lord Krishna accepting the parched rice given by Kuchela. There is a beautiful photograph, they have kept it there. And they wanted me to give some donation there. I gave a donation. They asked, what is your name? I gave my name. I gave my Gotra, I gave my Nakshatra, everything. Then they asked me, you belong to which sect? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. I told, I don't believe in all this. I have given my Gotra and Nakshatra to you. You please write down that much. So today, what we have to do is, we should do away with all these hangovers. We should come out of this thing and go according to the constitution. See, earlier what it used to happen, constitution and human rights. Today is a Human Rights Day celebration, tomorrow it is the 10th December. We are celebrating human rights also. In the constitution, the basic rights given to us are enforceable. It is enforceable because the constitution has given us all those rights, whereas the human rights have come inherently. Human rights is not new to India. If you take 3rd century BC Emperor Ashoka, he had given an edict. All people are one and same in front of the government, in front of the king or whomever it is. Even king is on par with the people. That is what the great Ashoka told in 3rd century BC. 3rd BC. This is a standing example because I am not simply speaking in air. While on my tour to Gujarat recently, I had been to Junagadh. In Junagadh, that's a district in Gujarat, they have maintained the edicts of Emperor Ashoka very nicely. They have created a museum sort of structure there. In that edicts, it is clearly mentioned that all are equal. And not only that, Emperor Ashoka ensured he gives importance to people who are infirm, people who are disabled, to women, to children, to the sick people. He had ordained a set of laws as to how the rights have to be given to them, how they should be protected by the state. And till very recently, if you go 12th century BC, Lord Basavanna, he is a classic example of providing the human rights. He told, in Kannada he told, you are Yarava, you are Yarava, you are Yarava, if you ask. He tells, you are Nammava, you are Nammava, you are Nammava. Means, who is he, who is he, who is he, if you ask, he is ours, he is ours, he is ours. Such a beautiful concept. So, is it not human rights existing in India from before? It is there. Our Dharma Shastras used to tell how the king has to behave, how even the king is not above the board, even the king is bound by the Dharma Sutras. He cannot escape from it. Of course, when the deterioration started in the society, when the power they started usurping, the Charles Darwin theory of survival of the fittest came into force. People started exploiting others. Then the question of protecting human rights came into force. But that time there was no human rights. It was the Dharma Sutras, it was the Dharma which was protecting the people. So while writing the constitution also, our forefathers, the people who wrote the constitution, they very well understood all these historical factors in our country. They knew ours is a great country which has got history of more than 5,000 years. So all this was taken into consideration. And providing justice to the masses was of the most important thing which they saw. See, the constitution is so beautiful. It has given three forces in this country. One is this executive, one is legislature, one is judiciary. These are the three wings of the provided under the constitution. So executive is also not powerful, legislature is also not powerful, judiciary is also not powerful. They derive all their powers from the constitution. So this is the beauty of our Indian constitution. Though many people ask me, when I told them today I am going to this particular college to celebrate the Constitution Day, they ask me, sir, why should we celebrate the Constitution Day? What is the need for Constitution Day? We are celebrating Independence Day, we are celebrating Republic Day. So where does this arise? I told them, see, Constitution Day is the most important thing. On 26th November 1949, we adopted this constitution. On 26th January 1950, the enforcement of the constitution started. I told them, had they not adopted the constitution on 26th November 1949, we would not have been like this. We would not have been in a country like this. The country would have been in perils. It would have been in shambles. It is because of the beautiful constitution they have given, we are able to live with dignity. The poorest of the poor can be on par with others. There is no rich or poor. Everybody is equal in the eyes of law. So this is what I told them. And the need is we have to encourage people who celebrate this, not only us, but even the advocate fraternity. See, tomorrow, I don't know who among you are going to become judges, who will become politicians, who will become IAS officers. I am not aware. But the constitution which has to be implemented, which has to be synchronized with the common person, it can be done by this fraternity, advocate fraternity. I will give you two classic examples. I don't want to mention the name of a person. A person got arrested in Assam for inflicting injury on his colleague. He was taken into custody. When they take him into custody, they found that he had got some mental infirmity. He was not mentally balanced. He was not of sound mind. So they decided to get him treatment in a mental asylum as an under trial. Because once he is arrested, the procedure starts, the legal proceeding starts. As an under trial, he was taken to the mental institution. Treatment was given to him. After 2 years of treatment, the doctors of the mental asylum, they write to the government telling now he is a fit person, you can continue with the case. You can see that the case comes to a logical ending. You know, it is so pathetic and horrible. It is documented. I don't want to tell his name. 35 years he had to languish behind the bars because he could not get help. Some of your fraternity people, advocate fraternity people, few of them, they came to know of his problem. They petitioned the Human Rights Commission there. They petitioned the courts there. Finally, after 35 years of being behind bars, he was released. Is it not pathetic? And if you take the state of affairs today in the country, if you take the jailed persons all over the country, 74% of the jailed persons are under trials. So we need to ensure that their cases come speedily, it is taken up in the court and matters are decided at the earliest. In this, who should do that? The advocate community should take up such cases. See, I strongly feel money is important. I am not telling no. There is a Sanskrit saying, Dhanam Moolam Idam Jagat. Only the world runs on money. Of course, I agree. Even the governments run on money. Without economic, there is no government, there is no politics, nothing. Fair enough. But when you are earning money, if you take up 10 cases where you earn money, at least 3 you do pro bono. If not 3, at least 2 you do pro bono. You can take the list of cases which are pending where people are suffering. You can get the list of cases. You should suo moto go and help them. That is the real service you will be doing to society. I hope I am not wrong. Am I wrong? Not only this, I request all of you, I will ask one plain question to you. See, 2 of you, you go to one village. When you go to a village, the person who sells you tea or coffee, you go to a cafeteria, he will ask you caste of both of you. Both of you will reveal your caste. Yes, I belong to this, I belong to this. Hearing your caste, that cafe person will serve you, one person coffee in steel tumbler, the other person he will serve in a tumbler which is made out of mud and this thing, clay. Is it not a violation of the human rights? Is it or not? So will you all fight for such things or not? Suo moto you should fight. See, 1984, what happened in Delhi? The government of India was constructing a very big stadium in 1984. So they got the labor forces from all over India, from UP, Bihar and all, they got these people to work there. And while they were working, some of good Samaritans, some good advocates who went to see that construction, they found the laborers working under very pitiable condition. Not only it was pitiable, they were not being paid proper wages. So immediately what they did, suo motu they petitioned the court, they got a direction from the Delhi High Court and ensured that government gives them proper wages according to the prevalent labor law of the day, and also their living condition was normalized. I think this is how we can do service to the society. Money is not at all important. Money comes, money goes. To run our family, we want money. For our other things also, we need money. To a limit, we require money. But other than that, what we should do to the society is most important. We should not only think what the society has given us. What is our contribution to the society is most important. And see, while framing of this constitution, many things were imbibed from other countries. Whatever was good was imbibed from so many countries. Our Baba Sahib Ambedkar and the other members in the drafting committee, they were overwhelmed by the French Revolution. French Revolution was a very good concept at that point of time when they overthrew the French king and French monarchy was abolished. So the liberty, equality and fraternity has been taken from the France, from French Revolution. It was an inspiration. And now in our country, as you all know, we are republic, we have got a president of India, but there was no post of vice president. So to create the post of vice president of India, we imbibed South Africa. We took, I think we imbibed USA, United States of America. And also from USA, we took independence of judiciary, which is most important. I strongly feel there should be no interference in judiciary. Unless and until we maintain independence of judiciary, which will be all lookout for you also, we can see that the country's fabric is bound together in a proper way. Because if any person gets damaged by executive action, suppose he is unnecessarily put behind bars for some political reason or for some reason which he has not to be arrested also, who is going to come to the rescue? It is the judiciary who will come to the rescue. And who is going to interpret the law there? It is the advocates who will go and fight in the court of law. So always we have to see that independence of judiciary is maintained. And that policy from America has been taken. Recently also we saw in USA, the former president of United States of America, Trump was summoned to the court. And it is a district court like us. It is not even a high court or a supreme court. A district court judge summoned the former president of the United States, which happened for the first time in the history of United States. So that shows the independence of judiciary is there, and even in our country independence of judiciary is always there, will be there, and future also it is going to be there. We have seen many of the political leaders or bureaucrats who have done wrong have been taken to task by the judiciary. And our constitution gives us such beautiful power. Whenever legislature passes any statute, it has to be vetted by the judicial test. Suppose somebody goes and petitions the court telling this statute is illegal, and if the court finds merit in it, they will strike it down. So there is a beautiful check and balance which has been provided in our constitution. And from United Kingdom, who were ruling us, you all know, in 1935 they passed the Indian Government Act. So many of the functions there, politically related functions, and also about this bicameral legislature, was picked up by the 1935 Act. So various things they have taken into consideration, and then they have brought out this beautiful constitution. I request all of you to study the constitution properly and go for the interpretation of that, side by side protecting the human rights, human dignity. You know, wherever possible you should try and help out people. I will give one example where children used to be forced into sex slavery. When I was in Delhi about 8 years back, this is an incident which truly happened, which I am telling you, it was broadcast in all of the news channels in the country. A NGO came to me, a person came and told me that a girl who is 13 years old, her brother came and reported to the NGO that she was being forced into prostitution and forcibly held in a brothel in Delhi. So I told, let us take action. You give us the details, you give us the name of the place, the location, everything. We'll see that action is taken. Though I was unconcerned, it's my commitment to the society, I should do something good. Then immediately I spoke to the then Commissioner of Delhi Police. He was gracious enough in sending a team to me. And also I spoke to all the media channels. We went there, we raided that brothel. You will be appalled to hear they were kept in the most brutal conditions in the brothel. Small girls, they were forced into 3x6 cages as though you cage animals. Without light, water, anything, they used to keep them unless they accept to participate in this sex trade. By God's grace, we were able to succeedingly remove 5 girls from that brothel. The owner of the brothel was arrested. He was brought to book. But many of the cases, what we see, it happens with the connivance of the police authorities in the local area also. There we have to sensitize the police force that they should be for prevention of such illegal activity which is violative of the human rights. So telling all this, I am so happy to come here today. I am really grateful that you people could hear to few of my words. I will not take much of your time because His Lordship has got another function to go. There is a judge in the Supreme Court who has come to Bangalore. There is some other programs which he has to leave. I will not take much of your time. Bolo Bharat Mata ki Jai Hind.